Hi, thank you for being here. Welcome to the channel. My name is Eleanor. I'm here to help you open up a store or get a business of some type or some food establishment business. So welcome. Today's topic is going to be the very first steps in opening a storefront. What do? What's the first thing you do? Well, before any steps are taken, you gotta decide. You gotta commit to the decision of, this is what I wanna do. This is the path I wanna take. I'm going to commit to seeing it through. That's pretty exciting. What a daredevil you are. So, after you've decided, the very first step is getting all your thoughts and putting them on paper. And we call that the business plan. You got to do the business plan. You can't not do it. I've had people I've seen online before in the past when I was starting the process like over 10 years ago. Well, just kind of get the idea on paper. No. If you can't even get your ideas to get on paper, so you can sort them out and see them and see, fine tune them and focus and identify the areas, then you are not made for business. You are not. You can't just kind of like I do with the videos, just get on and talk. I kind of have an idea, but I just get on talk. I don't sit there and script anything. I'm gonna talk about it. Sometimes it comes out, sometimes I babble on for a little bit. But it's how I feel about it. It's authentic, So business is not that way. It's authentic, but you gotta plan it. You gotta put on paper. Why? Because when you're communicating your concept to people, like the bank, the only people that really see it is the bank and the property management. Those are the two people that see your business plan. If you don't have one, you can't even get through the first part. You can't go through, the first part. So you got to go get your money from the bank unless you're rich. If you're rich, I don't know why you're trying to start a business. Just live your life. And of course, once you go to the bank and get your money, or you have your money, or you sort that out, and you're ready to do a physical build out, before even the build out, you got to go to the management and say, I have money. Do you have space? Can I come? Can you trust me? Especially if you've not done it before. Or even if you're on to number 2. Can you trust me? I got this. This is my idea. What are you going to do? Sit there in a 2-hour meeting and talk your idea? People don't have time. They're going to do it in their leisurely time, and they want you to show it on paper. They want you to sell them your business idea. And we do that with a business plan. So does your business plan have to be really in depth? The business lady that got me the interview in the bank said it was the most intense, most in-depth business plan she's ever seen. The management here at Devara said that was the most in-depth business plan that they've ever seen. So maybe I was so scared that I just made it really intense. And I did. I treated it like a school project. Remember back at school where you have to write down a topic, your company name, what's your company logo, where do you think you're gonna locate? And some things you have to do simultaneously. Sometimes you got to go to the management of the real estate to see if there's even space available. What does it cost? So you get all your information. Is it something they would look at? You don't have to just say, hey, they don't have to know that you're nobody. They don't have to know you've never done it before. Hi, do you have space? I'm looking for this. And then there's a process. Yeah, we have space. Do you want to come and look? Then you go look. And you look really realistically. So then they're going to talk to you numbers. How much does it cost? What's this space over here? The next block is totally different cost. So you just need to talk to someone, kind of open your eyes about the situation, the money, get the situation underway, and then write it all in your business plan. I'm looking at Virginia Beach. If there's a few multiple locations, then go look at them. So write down. So your business plan is your work for you, foremost. And then once you have all your information, you can take it to market. So you can go get your bank appointment. You can go get your real estate area, the space, the store. And so you need to do that. So your business plan focuses on who you are, who your business, the name, what you're doing, what you're selling, what's your rent. So if your rent is $4,000 a month, how many cupcakes do you need to sell to get to $4,000 a month? So I need to sell 50 cupcakes a day so I can make rent and bills. And then you got to do a financial. Go online. Once you got all your business plan, who is your market? Where your store is? What is the area? Within a 2-mile radius. What money do they make? What's the average income of that area? Medium income. Are they mostly, who lives there? Is it a strong family environment, strong business environment, strong single dad environment? Who lives there? Go to the Bureau of Statistics online, Google. Who lives at this? What's the demographic of this area? Do it all. So before you actually get a storefront, you have to go and do all this work. So all this work, the hunting, the researching, the being a little school kid and doing your school project called the business plan is going to be about 6 months worth of your time. 6 months, don't rush. Be a mom, do whatever you got to do and dedicate. Meantime, you're going to go look for a graphic designer. Kind of get a concept of what your name is, how it looks. Pay someone. What is your name? We've discussed names, right? If I haven't, I will. How to get to a name. So your name, what you're selling, your product. So go marketing theme, marketing style. Your product, the people, who's your customers, who are you? The place, where's your location? Where are you located? What's the demographic of that area? Does it suit you? If they're all earning high income and you got low income cupcakes, is that good? Or should you go higher? Okay, people. Place. How are you going to distribute? Are people going to walk in? Is there parking? Is there no parking? Do people have to pay for parking to come to you? Because they won't come. If people have to pay for parking to come to you, they won't come. They won't come. Why would people spend $5 to $10 unless it's on this huge mall and it's everybody there? You're a destination. If you're a destination, that's a little different. But if people have to, like if you're at the ocean front and it costs $30 to park for the day and to see you so they can spend $5, let's see. Are they going to come and see you? No. Who's going to come? The people who live there. The people who can walk to you. So you gotta, how many minutes would people prepare to walk to get to you? 5 minutes? 10 minutes? Before they say, I'm good. How many minutes? How many people live in that area? Is there enough business? Is there other cupcake places? So, product, place, where are you? People, your customers. Price. Price is single-handedly one of the most important things. Price. What do you cost? What does it cost to buy one of your cupcakes? Is it worth it? Is it good? Price is a whole area and dedicated to a whole video on its own. What's your price? Competition. That could be under people. Who are your competitors? Draw it on a map. Include a map on your business plan. These are all my competitors. The bank wants to know that you are understanding the situation. You're understanding if you're going to be neck deep or if you're going to fly through. They want to know that you understand the market. If you don't understand the market, then you should not be in business. Competitors. Jot them all down. Put out a map. Pretend they're all your friends. Where do your friends live? Jot them all down. And where are you located? How much are theirs? Call them up. Look on their website. Who are these people? Who are your biggest competitors? All the supermarkets will be your competitors. All of them. So once you got your business plan, and it's all laid out, okay? Once you got your business plan and it's all laid out, then you have an idea of your business. That's the only way to have an idea. That business plan communicates to you what's going on. It gives you like a macro view, macro understanding of what's going on, of the situation. Once you have a macro understanding, then you know if you're equipped to do business. Is it something you really want to do? So once you've done your business plan, part of the business plan is going to be the financials, which is really step number 2. Everything is on the financials. If you want money from the bank, you have to tell them that you understand money. So what you do is you go online and look for business plan financials blueprint. The small business people gave me one, and I just basically filled in my numbers and it calculated it all. But you can just go online and watch a video on it. Maybe I'll do a video, I don't know. I'm not a techie person, so it's not my thing, but I'll write down. Basically, all you need to know is this. This is what you need. The financials are the money coming in, income coming in, plus your investment, whatever money you've given to the business. So the money coming in is initially the very first month will be the bank giving you money to do build out. That's the money coming in. That's your investment. And then it's whatever you gave the company to borrow. You're 20% down and 80% from the bank. Okay? That is the investment money. That's money coming in. That's going to run away in the first month or 2 because of the build out. And then under that, you're going to have minus all your expenses. So there's initial month expenses. It's your rent. It's your phone bill, your bills. It's your wages. Any advertising? Who you paying to do your internet, your website? All those costs. There's gonna be, so it's your investment. And also, that's the very first row. That's before you even open the store. So if you open in January, December's row, before you open, will be your investment. And then once you've done the build out, which is usually, anywhere from 2 to 4 months, could be 6 months, but 2 to 4 months. I remember the cupcake lady, the cake bake shop in Disney took like a year. Everyone's like, what happened to her? Her build out took like a year and a half. I mean, it's the most beautiful thing, but really? A year and a half? What happened? So I'm sure there's some stalling going on. But usually a build out takes like 2 months, maybe 4 at the absolute worst case scenario. 2 months is a usual build out. I'm not saying building the stuff from scratch. I mean, there's concrete on the floor and you got to put some walls up, and your builder will do that. The builder and architect will do that. So that's the very first thing. You have to jot down in your financials the investment the month before you open and all the costs. Who's going to put up your sign? How much is your sign going to be? There's 10 grand. Your sign is 10 grand. So you better come up with 10 grand just for your sign. And then there's all your packaging. Initially, you're not buying packaging every Saturday. You're buying it in bulk. Packaging is going to be, if you just go white boxes or, whatever color boxes you do, it's going to be $400 or $500 or more. If you get custom, 8 grand, 6 to 10 grand, custom boxes. And then you got your coffee cups, your coffee machine, your equipment. So all that is going to be initial first pre-month investment. And then from then on the top, it's like on an Excel app or sheet, Excel. So if you can't do it, get someone who help you who's an Excel numbers person. Hire some accountant, H&R Block or something, just quickly before you even go to an accountant. Just get your numbers worked out. Go on YouTube, work out how to do it. Or just manually do it. And then everything else is, let's estimate. So the first month, how much is your estimation? Well, if I make $500 a day, if I make $1,000 a day, and then, so for that month, how much did I make? How much did I make at the end of that month? Did I make 10,000? Did I make 20? Did I make 30? First month. Just your income coming in. You no longer have, then you got your expenses, your usual expenses, your rent, your bills, your wages. You've already paid for boxes, so you don't need to pay boxes. You don't need to pay for the sign again. Now you got a debt. So you got bank loan. Bank loan is now a debt equal to the rent. And then you estimate it. So what you make, what leaves your bank in that month, and your total. And just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And, when you first began, whatever you have left. So if you got, 200,000 and 180,000 left, then you pull over the 20 grand left to the next month. What you had over, what you had under. And that's how you do it. That's how you do it. And that is called your financials. So you need a financials with your business plan. If you have nothing, just have your financials. The business plan says, this is who I am. This is what my environment is. This proves to you that I can do it. The financials say, yes, I can do it. Now, is it hard? Well, I don't know how much I'm going to make. Yes, it's hard because you don't know. You're not in business. But you already know what your bills are. So you already know if your bills for the month is 5,000, then how much do you have to make to pay your bills? 5,000. You have to make 5,000, which is what a day. If you're only open 5 days a week, then it's not divided by 28 days. It's now divided by, I don't know, whatever, take 4 out. So it's 24 days or, 20 days. So your total divided by 20 days. How much do you have to make? That might be 500 a day. That may be 700 a day. If you have to make more than 500 a day, you're probably not going to stay in business. You're going to go back and put down and lessen all your expenses. So if you think you need cable, get rid of it. If you think you need a triple, double line phone, get rid of it. There's not 100 people working at your store. You don't need 2 lines, 1 line. You don't need TVs up and down unless you're some bar, sports bar. You don't need all that. All that is fancy shangxi nanzi. You don't need it. It eats up your money, eats it up. Advertising, you don't need it. We're going to talk about advertising too. You don't need to pay for advertising when you're a small business. You don't. Advertising has become modernized, and we're going to talk about it. Advertising has become modernized. It's modern. So it's done differently than what it was. Everything's online. So the first location I wanted to do was in Gainesville, Northern Virginia. And the space that they wanted to give me was so big, it cost $7,000 in rent a month. And I was stupid. I was like, oh, Jesus, I was so stupid. And I just was desperate. I went to the interview shaking. And he looked at me. Do you know what you're going to get yourself into? This is all a cumbersome, whatever. He used some fancy big word to say, there's a lot going on. Can you handle it, lady? There's a lot going on. It's not one thing. And thank God he said, no, we're not going to do this. And so I went with someone else, a different company. And then I had my grand opening and I invited him and he didn't show up. As the Romanians say, obraznik. Cheeky. Of course he's not going to show up. I don't give a shit. But I had done it. So the very first steps, decide, put it down on paper, get it all in there. Get it all in your PDF file or PC file or whatever. Your document file. Because PDF means nobody can change it. You may need to make adjustments as you go. Definitely. And your financials. Once you've got the blueprint for that, once you've got it all down on paper in the computer, it's all set, it's done, then you are ready. You are ready to now sell your concept and go to people to fund you. That's the bank, that's whoever. Your mama, that's whoever. That's a partner, that's whoever. You have to present, and that's the very first thing you need to do. Once you have that done, the very next thing you're going to do is you're going to make an appointment with the real estate people and really look at the how much it is, write it all down, like really hone in on what space you can have, blah, blah, blah. It's like buying a house. So you got to go see your house first. You got to The house is the store. You got to make sure you go see if there's a house available that you want. Once you know you want it, you go, okay, good. I'm going to go to my finance mortgage company and see if they give me the money. You can go first to see if they can give you the money, but they can't know what they're giving to you because you don't have a house. You can have an idea. Oh, I want this. If you have money and you have a plan, nobody will say no to you unless there's some fancy honcy snorty, because it's just business. If you go out of business, they got their money. If it's some fancy schnoncy, then they want to know that you have credibility. Now, if you're your first time business, if this is your very first build out, which is why you're watching, then you have to be prepared. There's no because you've got no confidence in it. You don't have any skin in the game, so to speak. Once I did my 3 years, I came here in my other store. I came here and they saw pictures of what I did of my store. It wasn't an idea. I said, this is who I am. I showed them what kind of money I made. Wasn't that great, but they at least knew they weren't dealing with a moron. They at least knew I had confidence that I could at least see it through. So when I came here, I was more negotiable with the money situations to do the build out, and I got a really good deal. So when you don't know what you're doing, you're at the beck and call, and the only way through it is preparation. So once you know it's there, go to the bank. Just see if they give you money, because the bank will be the thing that stops you in your tracks. How do you get money from the bank? How do you get your money? How do you get your money? Well, you got to show them you know what you do. Are you an expert? Have you been trained? Have you run some type of business before? Show them with a business plan. They're very likely to say no to you if you are in the food industry. But you know how many banks there are? You know how many banks there are? Go to all of them. If one says no, go to another one. Go to another one. Someone will say yes, because banks are incentivized to help small business. And if they won't help you, go to a small business investment place, and they'll help you. They'll help you. So you can get your money. You just have to be smart about it. You have to be prepared. That's it. If you're going to go in there and go give me money, I don't have a business plan, I didn't do my financials, they're going to tell you to get the hell out of there. You look like a friggin' idiot. They'll block you. Block, idiot. So if you have had some type of business, like if you've done this at home, you've sold in the community, you've sold in the farmer's market, show something that they know that you know how to handle money coming in, paying your bills, money coming out. The bank just wants to know, will they get their money? Will they get their money? And if you have collateral, do you have anything? Now, when I first started out, I bought my first home. I put a little bit of money down in my first home. I didn't put a lot, but it was enough. I put all the money that I got from my divorce. Half of it was in the house, half of it was I got a little townhome, and half of it was in the store. And they said, you have to put down your house as collateral. So if we don't get paid, if something happens, then, we own your house. Isn't that terrifying?